Live from Garry O'Neal Studios in Baltimore.
You're listening to the See.Plan.Do show with Garry O'Neal.
All right, here you go.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy party! Yeah! What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to the See.Plan.Do show with me, professional mindset coach, business coach, consultant, entrepreneur, father, friend, whatever you need me to be, Mr. Garry O'Neal Jr. And welcome to episode 150 of the See.Plan.Do show. And this is a very, very special show to me. Not only is it the 150th episode, 150 episodes. A lot of podcasts don't even jump out there, don't even get to 10. To be honest, it's a lot of work doing a podcast. Even now, just saying, hey, making sure, you're trying to work, you're trying to create things, you're trying to create content, like all of those things, are a lot. So to do this 150 times, I'm so honored and privileged that you guys are still watching the show, that you guys are checking it out, that we're still able to do this. And not only that 150 is second to this episode 150 entitled Dad Lessons, Logan's Edition, because in this episode, I'm dedicating and I'm honoring this special episode to my son, Logan O'Neal, who just turned 15. And so in this episode today, I'm going to be going over lessons that I have shared with him that I want to share with you guys. So if you know a young man or a young person, even if you need the information for yourself, just from one dad sharing information, just want to be able to relay that information. I'm also going to be talking about the appetizer is going to be called Shut the F Up, as well as your See.Plan.Do moment of the week. You don't have to do that. All right, so can I get to my shout outs, my day one A1 listeners? Thank you so much. If you've been a day one A1 listener, you see I had to break out the vintage hoodie. Now, if you have never seen this show, this is your first time. So my first time listeners, watchers, no matter where you are, whenever you are, what timeline you're watching this from, however the algorithm set it up for me and you to meet, hey, welcome. Now, this hoodie is the very first hoodie. There is only one hoodie that I wore starting 150 episodes ago. And so this is a very special hoodie to me because if you see here, there's a logo on it. And guess what? Guess who made it? Logan. Logan made this. He drew it when I think I asked him. And he drew it. And next thing you know, he drew this little piece. And next thing you know, I was like, okay, let me check it out. I liked it a lot. I got it digitized. And next thing you know, I ran off, went to the mall, got the digital thing, put on this hoodie. And first episode, I wore this hoodie. And this is only one hoodie. I've not made any other hoodies. You can even see this a little bit worn down. But I have never gotten rid of this hoodie. I never put it away. But I figured that, hey, 150 episodes in, it's a Logan's Edition episode. Why would I not wear this hoodie? You have to bring out the vintage. You have to bring out the vintage. So day one, A1 listeners, anybody who's watching this right now, whenever you are, wherever you are, thank you so much for being a part of this special episode, which is near and dear to me. And I said, damn, will I cry on this episode? I said, no, I ain't gonna cry. I'm good. I'm good as I wrote it up because every episode I just write it up and I was just thinking about some of the things I was saying. I'm good. All right. So let's get to our See.Plan.Do moment of the week. Of course, it's sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland. So if you're in need of quality, professional CPR training, All right, you need to get with the best. So right after a word from my sponsors, we'll get right to it.
Are you looking to get certified in CPR, first aid, or other life-saving skills? Heart Savers Maryland is your premier CPR training facility. Individual and classroom sessions available. Schedule your training at heartsaversmd.com. Each second counts. Get trained today.
All right, your See.Plan.Do moment of the week is entitled, You Don't Have to Do That. All right, so I am a huge Kanye West fan through all the trials and tribulations. And recently, for a month, he was just going crazy on Twitter. X. Twitter's mama named Twitter, so I'm going to call him Twitter. So on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, whenever you logged onto it, he has been saying a lot of inflammatory things, a lot of terrible things. I can see that there's a lot of hurt behind it. I can see that there's a lot of, outside of hurt. I can't assess this person, not yet. I'll be therapist soon, but there's a lot of things going on with Kanye West, and it's unfortunate. Him coming out, the Pink Polo, Graduation album, all these different albums that I have known and songs I've known to grow and love that have made its way into my heart and in my mind as a soundtrack in my life. It's unfortunate to see what's happening. And like I said, the month, he had been saying a lot of things, going to a lot of different places. And one of the things that just recently happened is that he just dropped an album on YouTube. And a lot of people are speculating that he ramped up all of his activity on Twitter because he wanted to drop the album. That all of this stuff was just a rollout. And if you don't know what a rollout is, they're setting it up. They're bringing it out. He's doing these things to be able to promote the album. And my first thing I thought to myself is, you don't have to do that. You are one of the most top talented artists in the world. And I don't know if maybe Kanye might see this. If you see this, Kanye, you are one of the most talented hip hop artists, outside of hip hop artists one of them of all time. You don't have to do that. And when I say you don't have to do that, or anybody, you don't have to do that, a lot of times we resort to doing things for other things. And so while Kanye does not have to resort to saying inflammatory, hurtful things on social media to promote his album, I want you to take this time, out to think, what are some things that we're doing that we don't have to do? You don't have to, if you're hurt, get on social media and say that you're hurt. If you're not feeling well, you don't have to hide it. You don't have to mask if you are feeling depressed or angry, or if you have suicidal tendencies. If you need help or you're hurt, please, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do the antics. You don't have to misdirect. You don't have to do it. The best way is just to come out, let us know what's going on and how we can help and how you can get help. When I see Kanye posting what he's posting, I see it as a cry for help. But what can you tell a person who has all this money that we find that is we put a lot of value on somebody who has a lot of money. What can you tell somebody like that? So today, as you're going throughout your day, no matter where you are, think about some things that you might have been doing that you can stop. That's negative, that's hurtful, that's harmful to you. And all I simply ask is that you take a moment and you put a plan together to stop doing what you're doing, because guess what? You're amazing. We love you. And you don't have to do that. All right. That's your See.Plan.Do moment of the week. You don't have to do that. All right, let's move on to our appetizer of the day. All right. Hey, every season is celebration time. So if you are looking for an amazing DJ company, hey man, I'll let the commercial speak for itself. Right after this brief word from our sponsor, you'll hear our See.Plan.Do song of the week. Guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know that they're not going to let me play a song, but right in the caption, I tell you what song it is. If you're listening to this right after the commercial, you're going to hear it. I don't know how much I don't know how long I'm going to keep going with that, because if I can get flagged and they say they're going to take an episode down, I'm going to have to just figure out another way. You know what? I'm going to just DJ my song of the week on social media. But guess what? Right after a brief word from our sponsor, we'll get right to it.
Having a wedding, birthday party, or other social or corporate event, contact Greenlight Entertainment today. With our experienced DJs, quality sound, and professional service, we look to make your event the event. Check us out on the web at www.greenlightentertain.com. With Greenlight Entertainment, you have the green light.
All right, so your appetizer of the day. Episode 150, entitled Dad Lessons, Logan's edition, is entitled Shut the F Up. So here are 5 instances where you should be shutting up. Number 1, during emotional moments. During an emotional moment, just avoid speaking angrily. And take your time to cool down. Now, me, listen, if I'm in a heated argument, I'm ready to, that's when I definitely know I need to shut up. And so if you're like me, if you're ready to be fired up, if you're like a dragon ready to spit that fire, here's where you can tell a person, I need to shut up and I need to hang up. I need to disconnect from this conversation. All right. So during an emotional moment, if you know you're ready to speak angry, you know that, you need that time to cool down, that's a perfect time for you to shut the fuck up. All right. Number 2, when you lack full information. When you lack full information, like, we have too many resources for people to not get all of the facts. We have too much information. We have too much research. We have too many things. And I know that if you're like me, it's crazy to see someone straight up just say some wrong shit. Just be dead wrong without no type of research, no type of nothing. So if you're in a situation where you lack full information, you could do 2 things. Because 1, we want to make sure we gather all the information. All right. And ask questions. So outside of gathering more information and asking questions, you know what you should do if you don't have that? You should probably shut the fuck up. Yep. You should probably shut the fuck up. Okay. If someone asks you a question and you don't know the answer to it, you can say, that's a great question. Let me look into that. Or, I currently don't have enough information to speak on that. I should make that a t-shirt. I currently don't have enough information to speak on that, because people ain't doing that. You can have 2% of information and a person straight up will just speak on it like they graduated in a degree in that field. You don't have all the information? Go ahead and gather the information. Google is your friend. You can get peer-reviewed information, whatever. But you know what you should do if you don't have all the information? You should probably shut the fuck up. All right, number 3, gossiping is around. We don't need any chatty patties and all those wonderful things, not wonderful things. Avoid gossiping. Gossiping is ugly. I'm not the best in the Bible. I'm pretty sure somewhere in there said we shouldn't do that, right? And if it is, just go ahead and drop the line, where it is, you can find it. All right. Please drop it in the comments. Let's avoid being in that chatty patty, avoiding gossip. Gossip is ugly. And imagine if you're gossiping, you're engaging in gossip Imagine that's like going to the top of a building with a pillow filled with feathers. And your gossip is those feathers, and you just release them out here into the world. And now you want to get it back. You can't get it back. And especially when you're seeing it at work. Like, most people want to gossip at work. Like, be a pro, be a professional by focusing on relevant discussions and avoid being included in gossip. You don't want to do that. All right. I'm not even going to make it a gender thing, but men, like, yo, relax. Like, if you feel like you're ready to say, oh, if you ever said as a man, I'm just speaking as a man, forget this, as a man, if you ready to say, oh, I got the tea and it's not really cups of tea, you need to shut the fuck up. But everybody needs to shut the fuck up if you ready gossip, okay? All right, I'm not even going to make that just a gender thing. But if you're a man, you should be shutting the fuck up. All right. Number 4, when your opinion is not requested. And sometimes that I may have to take that advice myself. As a helper, as a person to try to solve problems, sometimes I'll try to help. No. If no one has requested your opinion, you should shut the fuck up. All right? Share your opinion after it's been asked. Share your perspective after it's been asked. Or offer it. Say, if I can offer my opinion, see what they say. They may not want that. They may want to vent. All right? Listen actively. Use active listening skills. Don't interrupt somebody. Listen, be attentive, be present in the conversation, not just, I'm ready to double dutch into the conversation. And, outside of those things, you just want to avoid imposing your opinion on somebody. All right? I have released myself from imposing my opinion on anybody. You like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. It's not my job to change your mind. All right? So if you're in a conversation and you're ready to fire off your opinion, of course you can talk in a conversation. But if you're in a situation where your opinion has not been requested and you're ready to go, you know what you should do? Have I shut the fuck up today? I should probably choose this moment. All right? And number 5 is when it could damage relationships. I, unfortunately, recently went after a person that I do call a friend. And I let her have it as far as how I've been feeling. And I had to turn back around and apologize about that. Now, it's not about me apologizing for what I said, because I agree with what I said. But how I said it came off as hurtful and wrong. And in that moment, I should have shut the fuck up. And if you feel like you're in a situation where you have that nuclear weapon in your mouth, pause. I guess I should say pause. No, I'm not saying pause. I'm 45. I'm not saying pause. You have a nuclear weapon armed. But I'm not going to say in your mouth. You have a nuclear weapon ready to go, ready to fire off. If this could damage the relationship, shut the fuck up. All right? Hold back hateful comments, hurtful comments. Consider how this would impact the person. And even in my situation, I didn't even think about how it would impact the person. I mean, I dropped this nuclear weapon like, boosh. And I get paid to talk. So I already knew how I felt. And choose your words carefully. You can still express concern. You can express issue. You can do all these things without trying to hurt the person. We say, oh, I'm just being honest. No, you're being an asshole if you're trying to be abrasive and trying to disrespect the person. So if you have something that you need to say, and it's nothing wrong with being outright. I welcome any conversation where it's direct. But if you know what you're about to say is about to be seriously hurtful, and the impact of what you're about to say and how you're going to say it can damage the relationship, before you drop that nuke, you should say to yourself, in this moment, should I shut the fuck up? And if you say yes, then by all means, shut the up. All right, that's your appetizer of the week. All right, episode 150 here. I'm very, man, this is a double. I'm really, really happy about this episode because one, it's 150 episodes. I wouldn't even thought I would have even done podcasting. And here I am, 150 episodes in, a little bit more, but we're gonna say 150. I'm here. I have the first ever See.Plan.Do show shirt hoodie on that my son Logan O'Neal made. And again, this is Dad Lessons. And now let's get to the entree. Now, I wrote this episode because, one, I'm celebrating my son. And son, I love you very much. And if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, just know that I love you to the ends of the earth. And that I wrote this episode for you and for any young person that needs his advice. Now, Logan has already heard this advice. Actually, I had him write it down. And so I went back, and when I'm looking at my text messages, I'm saying, man, I had him screenshot them to me and send it to me. I said, man, these are great advice. And I thought that not only just my son, but maybe someone else's son, who maybe there's not a man in their life or anybody else, not just a son, a daughter, or even you. Maybe you're older and maybe you haven't had that father figure that you needed some advice from. Well, guess what? Your big cousin is right here to be able to offer some advice, some dad lessons, if you will. All right. So I'm going to go through 10. This is part 1 because I have a whole bunch of them, but this is the first 10. All right. And then, if you got how you guys feel about it, you respond, let me know. All right. Number 1, as always, accept accountability for your actions. All right. Accept accountability for your actions. I always say that's the first thing in becoming an adult is accepting that accountability. If I'm able to accept accountability for my actions, I'm 100% responsible for my actions. 100% responsible. If I take that on, then I'm free. I'm free from blaming others. I'm free from anything else. I'm free from trying to pawn it off on anybody else. I'm free from not looking at inward as far as how can I change. So number 1 is accepting responsibility for your actions. Number 2 is don't tell yourself no. And I know Logan remembers that one. And I say don't tell yourself no because the world can easily tell you your ass no, right? But don't tell yourself no. Don't count yourself out. Don't remove yourself from the opportunities. And so one day Logan came downstairs and said, hey, Dad, can I buy this game? And I said, okay, how much is it? And he went upstairs and he came back downstairs all sad and shit. And I'm like, what's wrong? He like, oh, it's too much. And I had to look around. I looked around like, too much for who? Right? Now that I think about it, Logan, was that a ploy? Was that a plot? Because you knew that I would easily buy it? I got to think about that. I need to pull him up and ask about that. I'm going to ask you offline about that. But guess what? I only asked him because I had multiple cards on the account and I just was going to tell him which one to choose, right? And so when I say don't tell yourself no, don't count yourself out. Don't tell yourself no. If you want to get a job, don't say, oh, no, I'm not qualified for that. Man, go for the job. If you want to start a business, I've screamed to the heavens about that. Starting a business. Man, start the business. Okay? Don't tell yourself no. If it's something that you feel is positive that you should do, you should 100% do it. Don't tell yourself no. Number 3, finish the job. And I'm sharing with you some of the stories that came up with me telling him, write this down. Logan took out the trash. And he took out the trash, which is great. But he never put a new trash bag back into the trash can. And just went upstairs and went about his day. And I said, yo, hey, what's up with the trash can? Oh, I took out the trash. Did you put a new trash bag back in? Oh, I didn't do that. And I said, hey, write it down. Finish the job. Whatever it is, you got to see it through. If you start something, finish it. Finish the job. Don't do it halfway. Don't do halvesies. Finish the job. Number 4, have the future in mind, right? What is the end goal here? What are you trying to do here? You know, when you start something, start with the end in mind. Think about, okay, I want to do this, right? My ultimate goal is to do this. So having that future in mind motivates you and helps you as you navigate through the hustle and bustle of whatever you're doing. If you're working out, think about how you feel at the beach. No shirt on. You ain't gotta get in the pool anymore with a full-on suit or a full-on ball gown, 3-piece dress. Okay? Have the future in mind. Let that motivate you. Let that drive you. Number 5, be on time. Being on time is super important. I want to make sure that my kids get to school on time. Logan make sure he gets to school on time. My daughter gets to school on time. Being on time is something that I think people feel like they don't have to do. And that's a character thing. Now, some people say it's not a big deal, Gary. Shit, yes, it is. It is until your check is short. I bet you if your check came on Saturday or Monday instead of Friday, time is of an issue now, right? And I remember having a client who her issue was that she had an issue with time. It only took me to ask her one thing. If you had a potential employee that came late, how would you feel? She said, I wouldn't hire them. But she said she was late all the time. Being on time honors yourself and everybody around you. All right. Being on time honors yourself and everyone around you. So just strive to be at least 15 minutes earlier. Okay. All right. Be on time. Number 6, improve every day if you can. How can I get better? What can I do? Even when I think right now about this podcast, even this episode, and I've been contemplating just restarting the episode, right? Because there's alarms and bells. I don't know if you guys will hear, but I said I'm a rocket, keep going, but improvise every day. Improve every day. I'm sorry, not improvise. You can improvise on how you improve, but how can I get better? How can I get 1% better this week? How can I just improve? Man, I wanted to eat ice cream last night, but instead I chose some yogurt. Man, I wanted to tell this person off, but you know what? I just got off the phone. Man, I wanted to just waste my time, but you know what? I did something productive. How can I improve? Every minute, every hour, if you can, every day. Number 7, everything matters. And I think I said that to Logan because we talked about something and it was like a subject in the school, like gym. Or like one of those other, not a core class. And I think that in our conversation, well, I know this is what it was. In our conversation, he said something along the lines like, it doesn't matter. It's not like math or science. And I said, every one of your class matters. Everything matters, guys. Everything matters. How you carry yourself, how you look, what you say, how you think, what you do. All of it matters. How you feel when you get out of bed matters. How you're able to adjust matters. All these things matter. You matter. You guys know I work a suicide hotline, and a lot of times people say, I don't matter. I don't matter to my family. I don't care. No, you do matter. You do matter. And you not being here would be tragic among your family and friends. You matter. Things matter. Everything matters. Number 8, episode 150. All right. Number 8, you earn what you earn. Ha! I have told my son repeatedly, every A you get in school, that is a fresh $100 bill for you. $100. I have yet to peel off $500 to $600 yet. And I know he's getting there. Now he's like, All the clothes that he wants to buy. Oh my gosh, man. All those clothes, man, they cost money, man. But you earn what you earn. And when we're talking about earning what you earn, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you earn. You get what you worked for. And that's a huge thing to understand, is that you earn what you earn. You know, if I was a teacher, I would be one of those teachers that start off with everybody getting an A. You get an A in a class until you do something that's a B or a C or a D or an F. You earn what you earn. If you right now going to work today, you're going to get paid per hour, right? Might be a lot, maybe not as much as you would like. If you work on commission, what you work and earn today is what you earn. So if you're selling cars, you earn what you earn. Now, how can we earn what we earn? By working hard, by doing the necessary work. Because at the end of the day, if somebody comes to me, if I'm saving up and I'm being diligent on my savings account, let's say I save up $15,000 and someone has something that would have cost 10 times more or 5 times more, but because I was diligent, maybe it came up with a great opportunity, I earn what I earn. I've done 150 episodes. If right now a network executive said, hey, we want to have somebody as a new host for our show, did I not earn that spot if someone hires me? 150 times I've done this, I've earned it. So earn what you earn. Even take today and think, what have I earned? You earned it. And that could be positive or negative. You earn what you earn. So if I had to punish my son, he earned it. I didn't give it to him. I don't walk around like, oh yeah, I'm going to punish him. I'm going to ground him. I'm going to take his stuff away. You earned it. So think about what you've earned today. And do you like what you've earned? If you don't like what you earned, how can you change it? All right. Number 9, keep your receipts. Oh, I remember this one. I really should have said, keep your receipts, show your work. Where's the proof? Where's the proof? He came downstairs, and this was a while back. He came downstairs he said, oh, I did my homework. Okay, great. And it was like some math problems. And they were done so well. I said, hey, where's your scrap paper? What do you mean? I said, these are complex problems that unless you're telling me you're an absolute genius in this math that you just did in your head, where is the math problems? Where's the work? And he says, and I said, did you just look these up online? And he was truthful and said, yes. And I said, the reason why I know is because you didn't do the work. And if you did the work, you didn't keep your receipts. Where's the proof? The proof is in the pudding, ain't it? So when we're thinking about what we're doing, we need proof. You need proof. We don't need proof. You need proof. Prove it to yourself. Put the work in. And number 10, as I wrap up this episode, and I'm very glad I didn't get super emotional, but I don't know. I'm feeling it. Number 10 is map out the day. The night before, map out your day. Even if you get up at the crack of dawn, map out your day. What are you going to do? All right. Lead with direction. Doesn't mean that things can't get turned around and things can't get changed. Sure. Doesn't mean that at all. Yeah, things can happen. But how I map out my day lets me to have a good destination on how I want to land. So the night before you turn out those lights, just jot down how you want to map out your day. Mapping out your day helps you wake up with purpose, drive, and energy. All right. So that's my 10 dad lessons. That's part 1. All right. Let me know which one you really, really liked. And that's the end of this episode. All right. So I want to thank you guys for checking out this episode. You can check out me and every other episode hot, fresh, and ready all the time. All right. Each week I'm dropping an episode. Please check out the website, See.Plan.Do or check me out on wherever you listen to or wherever you watch podcasts. All right. I want to thank you for being the best part of the show. And now usually I talk about everybody, but right now I'm talking to you, Logan. Thank you for being the best part of this show. All right. You guys, everyone else, you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for continuing to support me in this episode, in these episodes. I'm looking to maybe do another 150. Who knows where this goes, right? But the great thing is that we can keep moving. So until we see each other again, because we'll see each other. All right. Until we talk again, because we'll talk. A lot of things to talk about, right? And until we share those special, special moments again. Guys, always remember, see what you want to do. Plan it out and do it. All right. Logan O'Neal, this episode was dedicated to you. Your father loves you very much in every fiber of my being. And so I hope whether you listen to it now at 15 or maybe 25 or maybe when you're a dad yourself, you can go back and listen to this episode. But just know whenever you listen to it, wherever you listen to it, when your father loves you very much. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. All right. Until the next life coaching time, same life coaching time, same life coaching channel. See ya.